Super Mario 64 is one of the greatest games that broke the barrier of what was new at its time. It's definitely an iconic piece of cultural history in general even. This one game changed the entire gaming landscape forever. There are a lot of conspiracies, such as L is real, which is one that I bought into as a kid because I was a stupid kid, and I tried for hours to realize why it's not working, not realizing I bought into an internet rumor, and I felt defeated afterwards for a long time after that. Reminder, this is when we just got the internet and I was new to it, so I didn't understand things. And I was also like, wait a minute, well, hold on, I'm getting off topic here. Hold on, let's get back onto the topic and talk about what's actually relevant here. We're not talking about the full release of the game, actually. We're talking about Super Mario 64 Beta. In fact, an alleged build that is circulated online and footage dated July 25th, 1995 came about on YouTube recently, which most of them were titled "Every Copy of Super Mario 64 is Personalized." Looking into this and doing research myself, I'll summarize the gist about what the lore seems to be behind the reasoning of these videos being released onto YouTube. Nintendo released a build of the game that was personalized to fit the player's subconscious and thoughts, even in ways the player doesn't realize it. It was specifically catered to mess with your mind and to create new scenarios based off of what you felt after your reaction to it. One of these videos online that I found on YouTube implies that this is an insidious creation of human work. Their words, not mine, that's not how I would describe Super Mario 64, but okay. The most infamous screenshot and clips tied to this is the Wario apparition scene, which is allegedly a game scene played that is supposed to elicit some sort of negative emotional or stroke-like reaction from the player if they don't turn off the game fast enough. In the copypasta, they also claim that Wario is a manifestation of some player's subconscious of wanting Wario in the game. Okay, who would want Wario first instead of Luigi, though? Would it make more sense to add Luigi to this story? I mean, I guess they thought the clip of the Wario head coming after Mario would be more sinister, but now that I really think about it, couldn't it just be a nod to that really old Nintendo commercial, you know, the one where it actually had the Wario head? Wow, we were really played, weren't we? Obviously, the story isn't real. If you have any sort of a fucking brain, you would understand that. But if you're fooled by this and want a more thorough explanation, or you just want an explanation in general as to why this isn't real, here it is. And to mention, also, there are other stuff that tie in with this, like lore-wise, but honestly, they aren't really too relevant to the subject enough to be added in here. But this is just about explaining why a story like this isn't true. Looking through the dark corners of the web, the origin for this chain of events seemed to stem from 4chan, preferably from the video game board and paranormal board, which then over time got subsequently picked up as an ironic joke to be spread on YouTube most likely. If this was something that was actually real, the speculation on it being real or not wouldn't have lasted long before there would have been answers. People speedrun these games and look for glitches and the patterns to it to traverse the landscape all the time. You think they wouldn't notice how different their friend's cartridge or ROM file would be? I shouldn't have to go further. You obviously most likely already know this was false, but this explanation is just for the very few that somehow believe it or really want to believe it. I think we all collectively understand there's a nostalgic mystique that surrounds this game, and that wonder and speculation led to the rumors such as this story coming up, and L is real to be created, which just showcases how even 25 or so years today, Super Mario 64 has made a massive impact on the gaming community and gaming culture in general. Hell, I'm pretty sure the only reason I discovered YouTube as early as I did was because of those ridiculous Super Mario 64 blooper videos I watched back in 2009 or 2010. I would argue that it's one of the most influential video games that affected the internet completely, culturally. Honestly, I wish there was a more impactful story that was more creepy put behind it, because I would think it would really bring new life into a game that's already so old. But maybe it's best that it's only this. I don't know. And hey, it's UMB. Subscribe.